You can be over 40, eating clean, working out constantly, doing everything you've been told to do, and still be carrying visceral fat, the fat that wraps around your organs and never know it. Not because you're not trying, because it doesn't show up in the way people expect. You go in for your checkup, blood sugar normal. Doctor says everything looks fine, but you look in the mirror and something doesn't match what the lab are telling you. Normal labs were never designed to catch this specific kind of fat. That's not a flaw in you. It's a blind spot in the panel. If you ever wondered why two people can carry the same exact weight and end up with completely different health risks, this is why. Not all fat behaves the same way in your body. Some of it sits just under your skin, comparatively harmless. Some of it wrapped directly around your organs, your liver, your intestines, and that kind is called visceral fat. Here's the actual mechanism, not just a scary word. Visceral fat drains straight into a vein that runs directly to your liver, and it produces measurably more inflammatory activity than the fat under your skin. That's not a theory. That's simply how this specific kind of fat behaves once it's in your body. And this is the piece almost nobody explains plainly. The number on the scale was never the actual target. Where the fat sits is the target, which means two people who look the same on the outside can carry very different risks on the inside. The scale can't tell you which one you are. A mirror can't either. One thing that can right now, no labs needed, waist to height ratio, measure your waist at the navel, divide by height. Under half is target. It's the closest reading on visceral fat you can get for yourself today. If visceral fat, the fat wrapped around your organs, builds quietly for years, how would you actually know before it shows up anywhere else? There's one test that catches it early, and it's almost never on a standard panel unless you specifically ask for it. It's called fasting insulin. Fasting insulin measures how hard your body is working behind the scenes to keep your blood sugar looking normal. Most labs call anything under 25 a normal result. There's no one universal cutoff everyone agrees on, which is exactly why knowing your own number matters more than trusting a single line on a page. I found this out for myself. At 220 pounds, I sat down with my doctor. Blood sugar, check. A1C, check. Insulin was never part of it. Once I finally understood what that number was actually pointing at, the visceral fat I couldn't see in the mirror, everything about how I approached my own health changed. And this is a test I wish someone had told me to ask for years earlier. Here's exactly what to do. Next time you're at your doctor's office, ask directly, can we add the fasting insulin test to my labs? That's the actual step, not just something to think about later. Losing visceral fat, the fat wrapped around your organs, was never really about the scale. Here's why it actually matters. The real goal is to stay capable mentally and physically as you get older. Keeping up thinking clearly, doing the things that matter to you for as long as possible. That's what actually is at stake underneath all of it. I'm a nurse, 14 years bedside, ICU and ER. And here's what I want you to walk away with. First, visceral fat is the specific thing worth paying attention to, not weight in general. Second, you can check your own waist to height ratio today. No appointments needed. Under half your height is the target. Third, ask your doctor directly for a fasting insulin test at your next visit. Two real steps, one you can do right now, one for your next appointment. One quick thing before we go further. I will never message you privately asking for money, gift cards, cryptocurrency, or any kind of investment. If an account claims to be me does, it's not me. This is education, not medical advice. My goal is simple. I want you to walk into your next appointment more informed, more prepared, and ask better questions. You deserve answers, not just reassurance. Free guide covering fasting insulin and 5 other biomarkers your standard lab miss is linked in the description below.